Hey, what up, y'all? This is ASTRODIM here doing the Astro-Tarot reading for Leo season. For Aries risings, okay? Now, again, this is for Aries risings. I should have actually added that in the title. Might be. I'm gonna pull up my profile real quick so I can see what y'all see. I'm gonna focus on this energy for Aries risings. I know one of you patrons is an Aries rising, so this will definitely help you out, okay? So let me just shuffle these. Let me kind of get the energy together. Okay, wow, all right. All right, so I feel like I need to get the general card from the bottom, and then I'm going to do the rest up top, okay? So Aries risings, right? Your overall energy for Leo season is the Tower card. Oh my god. God damn. So no wonder I felt like I had to get it from the bottom. Like, this is a dynamic ass card. So we're gonna see what's up with y'all, okay? First house. Can y'all see that? Okay, first house we have, I don't do reversals, by the way. First house we have Ace of Wands. That's interesting. The Chariot for the second house. Wow. Third house, Queen of Swords. Fourth house, the Six of Cups. Fifth house, the Nine of Cups. Sixth house, Emperor. Seventh house, Nine of Wands. I don't know why, but this looks familiar. And I don't know if I dreamt it, but this looks really familiar. I don't know why. Eighth house, Justice. Ninth house, Knight of Swords. 10th house. Oh, nine of Swords. That's interesting. So I kind of see maybe where the Tower card's coming from. 11th house, the Lovers. 12th house, Page of Wands. So a lot of fire energy, which is of y'all's energy anyway. Makes a lot of sense. But kind of looking over, like, your overall card is the Tower card, right? And so with that energy, it's kind of telling me that something's going to shake up this Leo season for y'all. I wouldn't be surprised if the shakeup happens in July and opposed to August. Because it's still like residue, I guess, of the eclipse season. Like, that's why this month has been like so emotional. So I wouldn't even say like it could be exhausting, but I feel like it wasn't really exhausting for you guys. I felt like that you just were in a full stop, or like you were tired but not exhausted tired, just tired. Like, it wasn't tired from you like busting your ass and working. It was like kind of like the universe telling you to slow down. You know what I mean? And this kind of like the calm before the storm a little bit. You know what I mean? But this could also be like a Tower moment happening for the Lionsgate that's happening on August 8th, 8/8. That's when basically Sirius, I forgot what the Lionsgate was. Is when Sirius and another group of stars or whatever line up together. I forgot. I have to remember it. I'm gonna actually look it up real quick. But it's like a portal change every year that happens, because it's like the pyramid. It's one of the top of the pyramids line up with Sirius and line up with some other shit. Let me actually just look that up real quick. It's so funny because I always forget what Lionsgate is, but I know it's important. And then I look it up. I'm like, oh yeah, such a weirdo. But let me look that up while I have you guys. Lionsgate. Goodness gracious, these nails have been annoying me. Astrology, nigga. Okay. Wait 1 second, y'all. So it's when the sun in Sirius generates like a high frequency that activates the Lion's Gate portal. So it's when the sun and Sirius line up, but it also lines up with like one of the pyramids. Like the Egyptians been on it apparently. But I feel like there's something else too. Like it lines, another thing is lining up, and I just don't remember what it is. I'm sorry that I'm doing this in the middle of y'all reading, but I kind of want to make sure I have this right. 1 second. Serious. Okay. Okay, it's between Sun, Earth, and Sirius, which makes sense because you know we're seeing it, right? Which makes sense because Sirius has a connection with the Egyptians too, so it kind of makes sense. But they kind of all line up in a certain type of way. The energy of the Sun and Sirius actually align. I don't know if the Earth is also aligning with it too, but that's the two energies that are aligning. But yeah, so that could be it. But it's kind of, what it does is kind of activates like the spiritual consciousness within all of us little by little. And it's been really significant ever since 2008 because it's the 888, you know what I mean? And also significant with another 2000. I'm trying to think. Not 18, but 2015, because 2015 like sums down to 8, you know what I mean? And so it was like an 888 type of situation. So that was another important time. But anyways, it kind of like activates this higher frequency to Earth, and a lot of people's like third eye kind of gets like activated or something, you know what I mean? And it makes people more psychic, more in tuned. And it kind of is helping the collective, you know what I mean? So that could be the tower moment too. But anyways, I feel like I'm talking too much. So let's continue. Regardless, you're going to have a tower moment, and it's going to shake you. There's a good chance that it could be a situation that's bad. If it's not bad, like, you know, it could be like it doesn't necessarily have to be bad, but it could be like a situation that you wasn't expecting and is really causing a hindrance in your life. But the thing is, it's good because what it's actually doing is kind of like breaking down the faulty tower, the fucked up tower, right? To get you back to where you're supposed to be, like shaking up the foundation so you can go out and shaking down the building so you can rebuild the foundation. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like on that vibe. All right. So yes, it's a tower moment. Yes, it's gonna be stressful as fuck. Yes, you're gonna be annoyed, but it's all for the betterment. It's all for this transformation. So just be aware of that, okay? I feel like I've talked a lot in the beginning, so let's actually go ahead and speak on the first house. Now, if you are a YouTuber watching this, I'm only going to show y'all the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th. If you are interested in seeing the rest of this reading, you can follow me on Patreon and you will get these monthly. And you can see all the houses monthly, my nigga. Okay? So, that's what I'll provide for you. Okay? All right. So, with the Astro-Tarot, what I do is look at the charts of like where the planets are in these houses. Each tarot card also represents a house. So, it will, you know, the tarot card tells me something in the positioning of like these planets in your chart tells me something too, okay? So you can use this following your Placidus energy or your whole sign energy or equal house chart energy. Doesn't matter. Just whatever that connects with you, okay? So let me just take a sip of this tea. All right, so let's get started. First house, we have the Ace of Wands here. I feel like this is definitely connected to with the Tower card. I feel like that you have, you know, with this shakeup that's happening in your life, you're going to have this new beginning where you get to kind of get together and really realize your passions so you can create this new beginning within your life. This passion is definitely connected to you, your personality, your persona, your appearance, how you like to appear, how you like to be perceived, your perception of yourself. You're trying to rewrite that based off things that you're passionate about, that you deeply connect to, trying to create this new beginning within you. All right. So I don't know why, but I'm thinking about this. And the first house is connected to the body and health. But that's like the health side's more the sixth house. But I can't help but to think this. I can't help but to think that you have like possibly a health scare or something happened to you with your body or something. And you feel like, well, I need to create this new beginning within my body, within myself. And if this might be just apparently, of course, for like a few Aries risings, but I kind of feel that. I feel also too that something has shaken you up and you feel like, you know what, I should really be focusing on things that I'm passionate about instead of just like running the rat race of life. Excuse the noise in the background, y'all. I'm doing construction in my house, by the way. Anywho, I could definitely see that happening too. But regardless, this shakeup that happens within your life that kind of like brings you back to reality or brings you back to your passions is going to create this like motivation and drive to create this new beginning within your life when it comes to your personality, persona, and appearance. Okay. I see the first house as a second overall card. So with these together, like you have this shakeup and you decide, okay, I need to have this new beginning. I need to start this over again and build this up again. You know, this is where the ideas come to light and you really start to really think like, okay, what else can I do? What can I do to really start this, really to begin this new passionate thing that I want to start off? And when you think about like the, you know, I like to do the progressions and the regressions of the cards. So, you know, the next card after Ace of Wands will be the second of Wands. I mean, the Two of Wands, excuse me. And the Two of Wands is literally you looking out at the possibilities of how can I do this new beginning? How can I make this to reality? And so right now you're writing it down. Right now you're planning it out. Right now you're trying to figure out, all right, how can I create this new beginning within myself after this craziness that's just happened in my life? So that's what I'm really seeing here, okay? Second house. Actually, no. Continue with the first house. First house, you know, I see the Chiron is in y'all's first house, right? Especially if you're a first decade Aries rising, right? Early first decade. Let me take a sip of this. So with that energy, you know, Chiron represents childhood traumas that we have to heal. That kind of sticks to us as in our adult life, and that we need to heal in our adult life, right? And so because this is more of a transit, you know, this is us like reflecting and realizing possible traumas or possible things that we need to heal, connected to our motivation and drive, connected to, you know, our personality, persona, and appearance, right? In ways in which our childhood blocked us from really being our true potential at a certain aspect within our life, including our motivation, our drive, including, you know, how our childhood trauma affected our personality, persona, and appearance, and or how we perceive ourselves, right? And so with this energy being retrograde, I feel like that is just a time where we are really reflecting how our childhood trauma affected our personality, persona, and appearance, and how we are motivated and driven to do certain things. I think that you're in the planning aspect or the planning mood of this, where you're realizing these traumas and how it affected your adult life, and now you're figuring out, okay, how can I make this happen? And maybe that childhood trauma is connected to this Tower card, where you're like, man, I've been doing this since I was a kid, and I've noticed that this certain aspect of my life made me react in a certain way that caused this Tower moment for me. You know what I mean? And now I have to figure out a way on how to fucking fix this. So I feel like y'all on that type of vibe, okay? Again, this energy is retrograde, so this is perfect time for us to reflect and plan, but not take action yet. We take action on our on how to heal our childhood traumas, well, you know, physical action once the energy is direct. Okay. All right. That was a lot of talking. How many minutes has passed with me just chatting it up? I can't see. I can't see. Sorry. Well, yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, let's continue with the second house, okay? Second house is actually pretty promising. Your second house is the Chariot card, which is a major arcana. Major arcana. All right, so next is the Six of Cups for the fourth house, okay? With that energy, I kind of see that you guys have been reflecting a lot about your family, reflecting a lot about your emotions and past emotions that you may have had, and seeing how that affects you, reflecting on how your family affected your emotions, reflecting on like past situations that affected you emotionally just in general, whether it's connected to your family, your home, on your private life, whatever, right? You've just been on that just reflecting vibe, which is actually good because of the retrograde energy. You get what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. What the Six of Cups is kind of connected to as well is the it's connected to the soulmate card. And so you may actually even have like a realization that a family member is a soulmate. Now, soulmate is not necessarily romantic. Soulmate is definitely connected to, you know, just anyone that you had like a soul connection with, even on a platonic level, you know, so that might be something too. And so you're just on a vibe of like thinking and reflecting and seeing and trying to learn from your lessons and being in a very reflective mode, which is good because again, this is a lot of retrograde energy happening here. And so it's good to kind of be in that vibe. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's dope. I think it's cool. This is like a whole ass stellium happening actually in Cancer and in your fourth house, most likely. And so, you know, that's kind of like really cool and interesting to see here. Like, for example, your North Node is in Cancer. Well, not North Node, but all the North Node is in Cancer. And so, when you know, just in general, like this whole energy is connected to you. I'm just trying to find a way to say this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like mad distracted and it's terrible. Anyways, it's just like I keep getting interrupted. It's really annoying. Sorry about that. But this energy though with North Node in Cancer, it's kind of the vibe of like for all of us to really be more nurturing and loving and supportive with each other. Not only understanding our emotions in a deeper level and our family's emotions on a deeper level, but everyone's emotions on a deeper level, the collective. That's why this energy is really pushing for you to be more understanding of your emotions. And when you understand when you understand more of your emotions, you could be more understanding of other people's emotions. Do you get what I'm saying? And you know, you'll be more understanding of your family and in the collective overall and stuff like that. And so I definitely see, you know, the importance of that and the lesson of the North Node at this time. You get what I'm saying? Mercury is also in the fourth house as well. So again, at this time, we're definitely being super duper reflective on how we communicate with love, with nurture, with emotional support, being emotionally motivated with through our communication, but also being sure not to be so brash and negative all the time. This is definitely why I see the Queen of Swords right here too. I think you're learning literally through experience, through either you being the Queen of Swords and being brash and rude, or someone else doing it to you, when you're learning how to be more, how to speak more effectively through being emotionally understanding. You know what I mean? This might be something directly to your family. So I definitely see that too, especially with Venus being very close to here as well. At least in the first half of, not the first half, more like the first week of Leo season, honestly. Because then Venus just moves on over to Leo. But with that energy though, like I definitely see, I definitely see us trying to, at least for the like 3/4 of Leo season, to learn how to communicate by more effectively by being more nurturing and loving to others, and making sure we communicate our emotions in an effective way, but also being sure to keep in mind of how other people may be feeling as well. You know what I mean? I think a certain thing may happen with this tarot card that makes us reflect on how certain things made us feel, or certain situations made us feel, and how it could make other people feel too. And so we're just kind of like learning through our own experiences on how to be more nurturing and loving. And this is, especially because this is in the house of family, the house of home, the house of your private life. This is going to be extremely personal. And it's going to be extremely, it's going to affect you in a deep emotional way. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely see that energy for sure. All right. Yeah, that's what I really see. Yeah, that's what I'm getting for that. I'm trying to see if I get something else. That's all I'm getting. So I'm just trying to see if I see anything connected with that soulmate energy, but I don't. I really think that this is really us reflecting. This could be you reflecting on your ancestry as well. Could be, but I'm really seeing you reflecting on your own emotions, situations that happen to you personally, and going off that. You know what I mean? That's what I really see. Anyways, this is like way longer than expected, by the way. I'm sorry, y'all. 9 of Cups for the 5th house. So 9 of Cups for the 5th house, y'all. 7th house. Your 7th house is the Knight of Wands. Okay? Just in case you guys can't see it. Knight of Wands. With the Knight of Wands, I feel like that you have a fiery energy coming your way. They're literally coming over. That's what it seems like. This could be you, but I'm feeling that, I'm feeling almost like 75. This is somebody else. 25 is you could be the Knight of Wands. But I feel like you have this fiery energy person around your age. They could be fire, sun, moon, rising, or fire dominant, coming your way, letting you know how they feel, wanting to connect with you, wanting to relate with you, telling you how they feel about them. They're taking action off of like a clue, or action off of a message of them hearing about you and hearing your interest, or hearing that you're available, or something like that. But they're ready to take action, and they're ready to conquer you, conquer the relationship. That's the energy that I'm really seeing here, which is really interesting, very cute. Okay. Nothing is in Libra at this moment. So it's just purely Knight of Wands type of energy. Okay. This could be you too, being in that vibe where you heard, this Page of Wands energy. You could have heard this subconsciously. You could have heard it consciously. You could have heard it from somebody. You could just have an inkling, whatever. But you have this inkling, or this feeling, or you had this message that, hey, you know what? I should go ahead and try to relate with this person. I should go ahead and try to build this relationship with this person, whether it's romantic or platonic. I should go and tell them how I feel and how I want to connect with them. You're on your way. If you're the Knight of Wands. And if you're not the Knight of Wands, they're on their way. And the Wand energy is fast. The Wand energy is passionate. So it's most likely this is going to be happening this season. Okay? And for the patron, that I have a patron or so, a patron or two, patron or three, that has that I read for them personally, and when I was doing like the little readings for the month, and I felt love energy. I did, and so this is kind of reiterating it for me. So that's really interesting. All right, so let's continue. The 10th house, we have the 9 of Swords, right? 9 of Swords is a tricky card. It's you having a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. And the 10th house is the house of your career and your reputation and status, right? So I can either see you stressing out over you looking a certain type of way in public and you not liking it, or you stressing out over, you know, your job, your career, your reputation, your status, basically. Have just a load of anxiety here. And this is all a karmic lesson. You know, that Capricorn energy with that Saturn and that Pluto here, right? You know, with Saturn and Capricorn, especially in your 10th house, you are learning how to have more authority and control over your status. Have more authority and control over how you're looked at. Have more authority and control over your reputation and your career. Okay? And you kind of need to push towards having more control. The reason why you're having this anxiety is because you don't have control of it. It's because someone else has control of it, and you're not stepping up and showing out and really having a hand in where your life may go. I always say this with Capricorn energy. I'm a Capricorn sun, so I can really speak towards this. I can see with y'all that you strive to have authority and control, right? And you feel like kind of going through this hierarchy, going through the ladder, going through these steps gives you authority and control because that's what everyone else did. Not knowing that if you just, you know, took control yourself and kind of did things your own way, you can do it. I feel like a lot of Capricorn energy folks do this. Especially Cap Sun. A little bit of Cap Moon too. You know, you don't need to follow the same route or same way that other people follow. You can kind of push to have that authority in your own way, in your own right. I feel like Capricorn risings get this, but not really suns and moons. It takes them a while. And so, you know, you're going to continue to have this anxiety. You're going to continue to stress out until you have more control and authority over your reputation, status, and career. And that's just what it is. But this is a time for you to reflect on that and understand that. And I think at this time, you guys are really trying to understand that. And it may take a couple of months because Saturn's going to be retrograde for a while. But the dope thing about it is you could be understanding this at this moment. You could have even understood it during this past lunar eclipse that happened. And the dope thing about it is now you're trying to figure out simultaneously, how can I transform my life so I can have more authority and control over my reputation and status and career? And so, because you know there needs to be a transformation with, you know, especially with that Pluto energy, you know there needs to be a transformation. You just don't even know how to go about doing it. And so this was just giving you more anxiety and more stress. Just know the answer, honestly, is to you to have more authority and control over your reputation, status, and career. And you need to just find a way on how to have that, to do that. If you don't, you're going to continuously be stressed out. You're going to continuously be just going through it, honestly. And that's just what it is. Like, I had Saturn in my 10th house some years ago. And I had to, like, break out in order, like, leave in order for me to really feel like I have more authority and control in my life, and for me to not have so much anxiety over my career and my reputation. And that's how it worked out in my life. Of course, this may not necessarily be connected to your career. It could be your reputation or your status or how you've seen or your popularity. But what this is saying is you're allowing people to control your status. Don't do that. You control who you are. You control your status. You control how you're seen. Put more of your foot in there. You get what I'm saying? That's what I really feel for y'all, all right? Move to the 11th house. The 11th house, there's no planets in there. No energy in Aquarius, but you got the Lovers. Lovers cards are major arcana too. I know this was long as fuck, but that's my Aries Leo season reading, Astro-Tarot reading. I'm going to try to make it shorter. I hope this was helpful, y'all. Let me know if you have any questions or anything like that, okay? All right. Peace out.